Hi guys, it's Flelf here, and I'm Lucas, and we're going to do a deck profile today of my Spellbook deck that I used to win the tournament yesterday. It's the Justice build. It's much different to the Temperance World build, and I prefer this build over the Temperance build more because it's way more consistent, and you don't have dead draws like World that you have to wait for discard outlets, or have to go into Herald, and it's really gross. So yeah, we'll go into this deck. I'll explain stuff as we go along. So I'm just setting up. First off, 3 Blue Boy. Obviously you need 3s, no need to explain it. Triple Justice, basically the replacement of Temperance. It's stronger, which is much better because power plus Justice goes over Ophion, which was a problem card back in the Temperance build. And it just beats over Stardust as well now, and it's just all around it's generally good. Additionally, with Justice, you can go first turn Crescent, and even if you miss, you can Crescent and just banish this, get the Priestess and Secrets, and be able to go off next turn. And the quicker you get into Secrets, the quicker you can go off and just set up the combos so you can outplus them. In this build, you're on triple Kaiku. Back in the Temperance build, I always wanted at least some copies of Kaiku, because the problem deck, or the problem matchup for Spellbooks is dragons, in particular the Grinding Dragon build. And Kaiku just helps so much against it. And in itself, it's just a beater. It's like quite good pressure, even against like just any decks. And power plus this gets over most cards in the game. You can even crash into Blaster. I don't know why you would. But yeah, I crashed into Blaster for game, well not for game, like to pretty much seal the win against Charlie in the finals though, which is pretty good I guess. Double Priestess, I found myself wanting to only run one because if you draw this for turn, you're like, oh, it's a dead draw already, and then you just tower into the second one. It's the worst feeling in the world. But yeah, if I dropped this, I probably would have to drop a Justice, and maybe replace them with other cards, like perhaps a Breaker. I cited Breakers, and I found they were pretty good. Even, it's like just to beat themselves and to get rid of back row. There's only 11 monsters. It's a good number, I guess. Triple Secrets, self-explanatory. Triple Crescent, self-explanatory as well. You just basically want any way you can get into Secrets quicker. Double Master, can't run Triple Master back in the backlast format because you couldn't search off Judgment, and you don't have as much access to Secrets now. Well, you didn't have it before, but like you need a 3 Master to keep combos going. But now you only run 2 because you never want a dead draw. You want to minimize dead draws basically. That's why I don't run Weld anymore, because it's just another card you want to just destroy. Double Tower. Considering maybe running a 3rd for this field spell wall, but it's just kind of silly because if you have Secrets to get to search the tower, you've basically got access to Eternity and Fate, which would have basically meant that you can get it from the Banish Zone anyway, or even from the grave, by banishing it, obviously. So yeah, I wouldn't run 3. Double Fate. Some people go Therio and think like maybe Triple Fate's good because it's basically another trap, another removal card. But it's not like last format where you had Judgment and you could easily just fill the grave. And so yeah, you can't afford to run 3. 2 is good because you can always just loop it anyway. Double Eternity, because most of the times you have to banish one of the Eternities anyway for Fate, because you need to get the 3, and it's pretty hard to get 3 in grave now without Judgment. So yeah, you have to run the 2nd to get the first one back. Double Power, I like to say, because whenever I used one, I always found myself needing another, and it was always in deck, so I was just glad. But yeah, so Power Kaiku and Power Justice get over a lot of cards. It's just good. Only 1 Wisdom. I never found myself needing more than that anyway, because at worst I could just Eternity it back, because I probably would have faded it. No life in this build actually, because you don't really need cards from the grave, unlike the other build where if you have World in hand you have to get it to the grave, which meant you can life it back. So yeah, you don't really rely on the pluses you generate from life. But that being said, I have found myself wanting to just be able to push the game quicker with Priestess, like getting back from the grave. or bringing back a Kaiku that was killed by a blaster or whatever against dragons. And even like just tarantuling, it's good to put field presence back so Fate is live again. Double Duality. This is the card I would cut if I wanted to put life back in. These basically filler spots. I was thinking about running Max C over it, but Max C only helped to get secrets, and it's just like another a turn 1 card that didn't help you get the secrets if you needed it. And yeah, that's what I'd probably cut. Books, it's just really good. MST, because it's really good against field spell wars, and in any other matchup apart from Dragons of the Mirror, it's just good removal anyway. I kind of wanted to run maybe more against Dragons because they've got a lot of annoying cards. But I don't know, you just got to play properly and get the fate the right thing basically. Onto the traps, double Fiendish. Don't run 3 because I run a Compulse instead. But if I took the dualities out, I'd probably put in a life and then a 3rd Fiendish. But there aren't really any other good cards or any good traps to run this format. Double Mirror Force, Warning, Bottomless Torrential, basically all the staple traps you should be running anyway. Extra deck, pretty irrelevant. Rank 2's got Gachi, Herald, Phoenix, and Shelf. I think I made them all today actually, or yesterday, so yeah, pretty good. Rank 3's, Zen Mains, Engineer, Levia, Soul, and Acid Golem. You barely ever have double Justice anyway, so it's kind of irrelevant, but you have a room so you might as well. Rank 4's, Cowboy, Dweller, Maestro, Utopia. Kind of more relevant, because I've also got I've got Breakers and Kaikus, and they usually survive, unlike Justice, which you just banish anyway. Yeah, it's not really needed. I could run a Key Beetle, but I can't be bothered getting one, and it's not even needed. And rank 7's got Master Blades and Hierophant. And like I said, I can't be bothered getting Big Eye and Draco Sack just for the extra deck of this, because I doubt you'll ever have double Priestess, and if you are, you're winning anyway. Onto the the side deck, Double Crow. Good against Dragoonie Rulers. I versed 1, Yarn. It's my only loss for the day. I didn't see it, but I don't know. It's just good, I guess, to get rid of the flanks, because you really can't, you can't risk them setting up Stardust and stopping your plays, or even something scrap and popping a tower is really annoying. It's just any out is good. Oh, it's also, Crow's also good for the mirror, obviously. Get rid of the secrets. To go master, or to get basically whatever they try to master. Or when they try to activate tower and they've only got 1 spellcaster engraved, just get rid of it. And in the Temperance build, they really rely on getting world back. That's why it's good. So you can just banish the world and they cry. Double Jargon. I only versed 1 Dragon Rulers, like pure Dragon Rulers, not the Dragoonie one, in the finals. I didn't see it anyway because Charlie drew pretty bad and I just basically won because of Kaiku. But yeah, it's really, theoretically, it's just good against dragons because Jargon and a trap stops a lot of their stuff. And yeah, there's no baby dragons to run over this. But yeah, you wouldn't side in against Dragoonie Rulers because they've just got the flanks. All the ducks I can just beat over it. It's really annoying. Double Breaker. Thanks Fish for lending these to me. These are really good. Like really crucial against Gravekeepers, which was a really annoying deck to play against because all of the Necro Values and the access to EV and skill drain. But yeah, it was good. I might maybe run one if I took a Justice out. But yeah, overall really good card. Double MST, the other 2. So I'm using it in against trap heavy decks or dragons because DNA Surgery is a bitch. Also, Breaker's good for DNA Surgery. Yeah, MST's basically, its main purpose is for the field spells to get rid of them so yours live and you can outplus them. 1 DeFi because there's that 1, it's just good against dragons, water, anything, or anything that relies on the grave. Double Mind Crush. I find myself wanting more cards to the mirror, apart from like MSTs and DD Crow, but Kaiku already gives me a strong first game against the mirror anyway. These are just good for the additional pressure, and like to get to see the hand, which is like really helpful. I use these against fish. I got rid of the gadgets because the gadgets are annoying. Double rivalry gets randy stuff. I should have sided them in against evil swarms, but I just couldn't find enough cards to shake out. And plus, Ophron isn't that much of a big deal anymore because you got Kaiku powers and Justice powers. But yeah, it's basically just like randy decks, like synchro decks. One Soul Drain because at 1, and 1 Transmigration Prophecy. Basically the same as, it uses the same as DD Crow. Basically to send their flanks back, or the colours. Because yeah, this format, they rely heavily on just like having at least 2 or 3 colours in the grave. It's also, I guess it's kind of cool that you can send your Kaikus back if you need to. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Team Flelf signing out.